Here it is, a concept is a object-oriented programming. Object-oriented programming. Here Python is object-oriented programming language. Object-oriented programming language. And one more thing, it is fully object-oriented programming language. Two types, fully and partial. Partial object-oriented programming language means like here it is a data types support primitive data types. Data types concept will be present. Examples like Java, C++, .NET, and all these are fully object-oriented programming language. Means it doesn't support primitive types. Primitive types is actually primitive types concept is not there for us. For Python, primitive types concept is not there. That is see, first of all, what are the features of object orientation? Object oriented programming features. What are the features? First one is a encapsulation. Second one is inheritance. Third one is a polymorphism. Fourth one is a abstraction. Total 4 features are there. Just implementing these 4 features is nothing but object oriented programming. Working with these 4 is nothing but object oriented programming. And remember one thing, these features are global features. Global means what? Is common features of all the languages. These are not specially designed for Python language only. In C++ these concepts are there. In Java these concepts are there, and in Python also. These are called common, or you can say global object-oriented features. Global object-oriented features. So we can implement object-oriented programming functionality using any programming language. Simply from language to language, only syntactical differences, that's all. What is that syntactical difference? Simple. For example, if you want to display a message on the screen, if you are using C language, we are using printf function. If you are using C++ language, we are using cout function. If you are using Java language, we are using system.out.println function. If we are using Python language, we are using the print function. See, from language to language, only the syntax is changing. Only the syntax. But output is the same. Finally, it will display the message. In the same way, suppose encapsulation is there. Encapsulation rules will not change from language to language. See, in an interview, they never ask the question, explain Java encapsulation, .NET inheritance, right? C++ polymorphism, no such type of questions. because the rules of inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction will not change. From language to language, these things will not change. Only the way you are implementing, what is the code you are writing is a change. For example, maths problem is there. One problem having only one solution. But how to get the solution means what? In different ways we will get the solution. Here also same story. Here also same story. But here two things you should understand. Two things. If you want to implement object-oriented programming features, whatever the language it is, we use two things to implement object-oriented programming. First one, object. Second one is a class. These two things are very, very important. These two things. First of all, what is an object? What is an object? Object means what? A real world entity. A real world entity. In the beginning we have seen, just like what program contains, in the same way, object has three things. Object has three things. First one is a identity. Second one is a properties. Properties in the sense variables. Variables to store the data. To store the data. Third one is a functionality. Functionality, like you can say functions or methods. Same program also contains the same thing, na? Actually, the question they will ask, what is the difference between procedural oriented and object oriented? As of now, we have seen procedure oriented, and now we are going to see that object oriented. In procedure oriented programming, whenever you will write the code, any name you will give, program.py. In that, variables we are writing, we have seen already variables, and next one, functions we will write. Functions. And here it is what is object oriented programming means what? Same program.py only. And here also we are writing variables and functions only. But here it is, the word is different. In place of functions we use the word methods. But only one extra thing is what? Only one extra thing. Everything you have to write inside the class with the class name. Everything is the same. Only one extra thing is what? That you have to place inside the class. Inside the class. It's a rule. Sir, why? Any difference between procedure-oriented programming and object-oriented programming? Yes. So much difference is there. One best example is a security. Procedure-oriented programming means what? Not at all secured. Very, very important. Is a not at all secured. There is no security. But here it is whenever you will place inside the class, automatically the program will get secured. Sir, how, sir? You are saying that object orientation is a secure. By just writing the class, will it secure? No, actually. Access modifiers concept is there. Private, protected, some modifiers concept is there. and encapsulation concept, modifiers concept. Based on all these things, you will understand exactly. Okay, so encapsulated is nothing but object orientation means what? You are just providing the security. Now it is a theory. It means what? Every day you are thinking that how it is protecting, means once encapsulation concept is over, you can understand, oh okay, this is the protection. So that's the reason they introduced object orientation instead of procedure orientation. C language is a procedure oriented completely, and C++ is object oriented. What is the difference means what? Only one difference is a security. Main difference is a security. That is. And now see here, object means what? Is just like a real world entity. Is having three things, na? Like suppose object type, human we are taking is an object type. Human. First of all, it has identity. It has identity. Any name, for example, Shyam. And next one, what are the properties? What are the properties? So what is the age of Shyam? What is the qualification of Shyam? What is that mobile number of Shyam? What is that account number of Shyam? And many more. And what are the methods? What are the methods? Methods in the sense what Shyam can do. The functionality, so you can say, is that as a nothing but generally Shyam can see functions, Shyam can speak, Shyam can speak, and next one, Shyam can drive the car, and all the things, that is identity, properties, and next one, methods. Identity, properties, and methods. 3. Any object type you take, any object type you take, any object. Here it is object. For example, you can take mobile. You can say that identity is like a Samsung. And what are the properties? What are the properties? What is that model number? What is the price? What is that color? What is that configuration? And so many things. And the methods what you can do using the mobile. We can call, we can message, we can browse, and many more. And many more. So here it is a different types of objects we are taking. Different types of objects we are taking. Object type is a human. Object type is a human. That is. And here it is a what is a class? What is a class? A class in the sense the complete representation of object. What is a complete representation means? It's just like a blueprint. Suppose if you want to construct a house, so what we will do means what? Directly we will not start constructing that object. House is nothing but one object. First of all, Definitely we will consult one planning engineer. What the planning engineer will do, the planning engineer will give one plan. The planning engineer will give one plan, or you can say model, or you can say blueprint, or you can say template. This is actually what we call a class. Using that blueprint only, we will start constructing that object. Sir, how many objects you can construct? Similar type of objects, number of objects you can construct. Similar type only, because everything is constructed under one model. Like this. That's why a class is nothing but a collection of similar objects. Here it is, a collection of similar objects. This is a class is the complete representation of real world entity. Nothing but not only a simple like a simple structure like this. For example, if any company want to launch a mobile into the market, any company manufacturer suppose want to launch a mobile into the market, what that manufacturer will do means first they will prepare one model like iPhone 6s. With the help of model only, with the help of design only, they will start constructing. Without a model, they never start. That's impossible case. They never start. That is. Okay. So this is actually how the construction will be. And this is just a difference between a class and object. Difference between class and object. That is. Okay. This is. Now, one more thing. A very important thing is what? In object orientation, two things we should learn. Is nothing but two contexts we can say, called application contexts. Two contexts. First one is a static context. Second one is a, you can say, non-static context. Sir, what is that? This is what we call the class level functionality, class level members, you can say free access. And next one, object level members, and we can say restricted access. Two types of contexts we have, static contexts and non-static context. Class level members and object level members. That is class level and object level members. That is. Two types. So here, first of all, we should learn static members only. That is, here Here, just to understand, sir, what is a static and what is a non-static. With a general example, with a general example, this one sec. With general example, suppose if you take one, if you take one application, like we can say institute, suppose if you consider as one application, institute, if you consider as one application, here it is a two areas we have, two areas, a common area, a static area and a non-static area, static and non-static. The best example of a static area is a reception. Reception is a static area because it's a free accessible area, everyone can access, everyone. And second one, you can say that restricted area is a restricted area. So what is that restricted area? The best example, classrooms, and we can say that non-static context. Number of classrooms are there, number of classrooms and different classes going on. So for example, Python is going on here, like Java is going on. Suppose if a student want to attend a class, first of all they should visit a static area only. First of all, they should visit a static area. First one, they should visit reception. Second one, enquire. Next one, pay the fee. Next one, get ID card. ID card is nothing but permission. If permission is there, so then only the student are allowed to access classrooms. Without permissions, they are not allowed to access the classroom. So generally, if you think generally in your life, you have two types of areas, a static area and a non-static area. Nothing but first one is a reception and second one is a classrooms. Reception and classrooms, two areas we have. Reception and classroom. And here one more example we'll see, just to understand the same concept more clearly with more examples. Like we can say, suppose we are taking a shopping mall. So this is like we can say one application, and here also we have two areas. The first one we can say that box office, it's common area for all, and like we can say that it's a static, it's a free access. And next one, that restricted area, you can say that best example, theaters, and these are comes under non-static areas. And number of oddies are there, nothing but number of theaters are there. So first of all, a person want to watch a movie, first they should visit the box office, and second one, pay money, and same one, third one, get ticket. So once the permission is ready, so then only they are allowed to access a theater. Is nothing but a non-static area. So we have two types of areas, static and non-static. Static means what? A class level. Non-static means what? Object level. Class level and object level. The two areas we should access is everywhere. The concept is the same. So in object orientation also, we will discuss these things only: class members and object members, these two things. Okay, that is.